What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Flex podcast from the Action Network and Fantasy Labs. I'm your host, Chris Raybon. It's NFL Week 16, our DFS preview episode. We're going to make cash lineups on Draftkings and Fanduel. Momentarily, I'll be joined by one of the top fantasy rankers and projectors in the game, the odds maker, Sean Koerner. But quick reminder, all of our fantasy football content and DFS content available right now over on fantasylabs.com. Fantasy Labs NFL includes in-season rankings and projections, DFS tools and models, and more. And right now you can use code FLEX20 for $20 off at fantasylabs.com/flex. Today's episode, as I mentioned, simple. We'll draft a DFS lineup for DraftKings and for FanDuel. For cash games, we'll go back and forth. Koerner, what's going on? How you feeling heading into week 16?
Pretty good. And we our cash lineup cashed last week, which I think is an incredible feat setting this so early in the week. But we had Dart go off, we had Puka, we had ETN go off. So we managed to have a cashing lineup this early in the week last week.
Nice. Yeah. Dart, I feel like has been an every week staple. Starting off, so he's 5,800 on DraftKings. Brissett is 5,300. So do we stick with Dart or do we just take the $500 and go Brissett? What do you think?
Ooh, it's a toss up. I would say taking the discount to get Brissett makes some sense. Plus, the thing with Dart now, I think he's had to leave to the blue tent now 5 straight games. I'm not even joking. So I think it does make him a little bit riskier in cash just because he's such a reckless runner that he keeps having to be evaluated. That does lower his floor enough to kind of shy away when I am in kind of like a coin flip situation like this. So yeah, I think Brissett might be the way to go.
All right, so Brissett 5,300. That'll be my pick. Where are you going?
Nice. Let's see. So wide receiver, Justin Jefferson is 6K, and I don't even think he's a safe play. What is going on?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thoughts on? Well, okay. So tight end, I think there's 2 routes we can go. Darren Waller's 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously a ton of upside, but maybe he doesn't have a high enough floor to pass up on Harold Finn Jr. at 4,500 against the Bills, though. But yeah, I think like both those guys stick out. Trey McBride's obviously the clear top tight end, but he's up there. He's $7,600 this week. So I think it's essentially between Fannin and Waller.
No love for Pitts.
Well, I have, obviously I love Pitts. He's 5K. I'm projecting Drake London to return this week, which is probably less than 50-50 at this point. I don't really know, but that is suppressing my projection for him. So he'd obviously be sticking out a little bit more if London's out. So yeah, I guess it's between those 3 guys.
I'd probably go Waller. I think he has. Tight end is always going to be kind of a volatile position. So I think getting the cheapest guy, at least if we have some salary left over, we can bump him up. But I don't really think we need to. Fannon's in a tough matchup, and then Pitts. It's early in the week. We don't know for sure if London's going to be out. So yeah, I would lean Waller.
Yeah, and they had the pricing come out before Monday Night Football. So I think if they waited until the 2 touchdown game, they would have. So he'll probably his rostership will be up there, but this is cash. We don't really care. And again, I kind of explained away why Andrews and Likely both flopped against the Bengals last week. It had nothing to do with them or the Bengals defense getting better against tight ends. It was just that's the way the game script went. So yeah, I think Waller at 3,500 is kind of a must play here.
All right, so that leaves us, let's see, we're going to have a lot of cash. Yes, 58, almost 5,900. We don't even have a defense yet. Let me see. Defense is interesting. You could go with the Titans against the Chiefs, I guess, at 2,500. Oh. I'm not going to do that. Let's see. The Saints are 3,400. Chiefs are 3,300 against the Titans. I think we want the Saints here against the Jets, right? You could pay less for the Chiefs, but 9 doesn't really do anything against the Titans, so maybe that's a lower floor than we think. But the Jets, they'll probably start Cook again.
Yeah.
Or do we want to just go with the Bills at 35 against the Browns?
Yeah, I have the Bills ranked higher. I think, the Saints are a good play if Cook's starting, but even like no matter what, I think the Bills are just $100 more expensive. And I think they're, I'm sure we're going to have some high winds or ridiculous weather in Cleveland too. Right. So, probably the safer, like, defense is always weird, right? It's like a floor ceiling kind of weird position of projecting. I think Bills kind of have both here. So yeah, at 3,500, I think the Bills are solid play for cash.
All right, lock those in. So we got Buffalo, Waller, and Brissett, and just a little under 6,300 for 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and flex.
Yeah, so there's 2 Saturday games. So the main slate's a little bit smaller this week. No Puka, no JSN. What do you think about spending up to get like Amon-Ra at 8,400?
Yeah,
he's sticking out pretty good. Yeah, because again, like, kind of thinned out up top at receiver, so he's really sticking out at 8,400. So yeah, let's go with him. We definitely have the cash. Let's go Amon-Ra.
Yeah, so that gives us 58.60 average. I'm gonna go with another guy who, if it was Monday Night Football, the pricing was out after Monday Night Football. This guy would have been a lot higher. DK Metcalf, 5,400 against the Lions. The Lions are just giving up so many points to wide receivers that I think Metcalf would have been a good spot regardless. But the fact that he didn't get priced up after the Monday Night Football game, I'll just take that all day. So yeah, 5,400 from Metcalf.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I mean, he's priced the same as like Troy Franklin right now, which is insane. Yeah, I was gonna go with him next. So love that. So we have
59, just under 6K.
And we need to start addressing running backs. So let's see. God, like the first range I'm looking at, I think Aaron Jones is kind of sticking out like in the cheaper range. But I think this 6,300 range, not Rico Dowdle, but RJ Harvey and Javonte Williams right in that range kind of stick out to me as kind of the sweet spot. So I think Javonte's the way to go. I know he tweaked his neck during the game, but he came back, so he's got to be fine. I don't even see him on the injury report, so I'm leaning Javonte here. But thoughts on Harvey against the Jaguars? Is that he's 6,200? Any preference between those two guys?
Yeah, I don't want to trust Sean Payton. And the Jags have been good run Ds, I believe. Yeah, the Jags have been good run Ds. So yeah, no, I'd much rather go. I mean, I'd probably rather go Judkins just against that Bills defense, to be honest. Like if it was coming down to Harvey at that point, like yeah, I'll go Javonte over both though.
Yeah, well, we have the Bills defense. I guess it doesn't matter. But I would
go Javonte either way.
Yeah, I think Javonte again. That's kind of the sweet spot now, where we can kind of spend up or spend down, but. I think that's kind of the sweet spot right now for me. So that means
Mason and Jones are the same price, so Jones would be the DK play. But I mean, it's probably safer to just not go with either of those guys either. Probably, right? I would say.
Yeah, both kind of have a lower floor just because we don't know which one's gonna pop.
So we have 658.33 running back, wide receiver, flex. Do you think 80 Mitchell's too risky at 4,500 for cash?
Well, he's always risky, but he's so good.
Because there's him, and then it's kind of like probably Jacoby Myers would be at 5,500, the next guy. And so it's like he's in a kind of range.
He's facing Denver.
Yeah. That wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, he's probably avoiding.
Yeah.
Sertan.
Mike Evans is 63. So like that's it's like Mitchell is like in a kind of a range of his own, I guess.
Yeah. I think Mitchell or Myers makes sense. Two completely different floors. Yeah, it depends if we kind of want that extra 1,000, right? So if you go with Mitchell, we have 6,500 for running back and flex, which gives us options.
Yeah, but do we need it? Let's see. I mean, running back, there'll probably be we could there'll be cheap guys, so maybe we just let me see. A running back. How do we feel about do we like ETN again? I mean, it looks like Tootin is going to be out, right?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say they priced him up though. He's $7K. And it's it's against Denver, so
Chase Brown 69, Irving 67. I don't really love that. James Cook is 7,700. I mean, could be higher, given that like Gibbs is 85, Bijan's 87. I mean, just go H-hand.
Well, we have Waller.
Oh yeah.
Like Cook's interesting. The Browns' run defense has been
good.
Not as
I mean it's fallen off. Yeah.
And I feel like I mean Swift had a good game, Pollard had an amazing game. And Cook just seems like, could go for 200 yards here.
I think let's go with him.
Because we're getting a discount because of the matchup.
So 7,700. So that will leave us 4,900. So we might still need 80 Mitchell.
Oh, no, I will do it.
All right.
I will go with 80 Mitchell. I mean, even if it's Cook, every time he throws an interception or gets sacked, it just increases the need to throw a pass. So I think 80 still has like a high enough floor at this price. And obviously I think he has, high ceiling that I think we could use him in cash. So that gives you 5,300 at flex, which I think gives you plenty of options, right?
Yeah, it's like, because there's, we could go one of the Vikings backs. We could go, well, we probably don't want to game well. Jahar Jordan. No, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Pitts. So it's really the Vikings backs or Kyle Pitts, I think, are like the ones that pop the most. I don't know. Like,
how much is Jordan?
Jordan's 5K.
He's 5K. Yes, like Kyle Pitts, if London's ruled out, which I mean, it seems like London's like not coming back, right? I would lean Pitts, but Jordan, if Woody, Marks, and Nick Chubb are out, you could just pivot to Jordan here, right?
Also, Estime, if Neal and Kamara are out.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love Estime. So there are some pivots here based on news. Oh, let me ask you this. We don't need to use it for this because we have 5,300, but Pacheco is 4,800. He was operating as the clear lead back. They might, lean on the run this week. Thoughts on him?
11 carries for 21 yards.
All right.
He had 11 carries for 21 yards.
All right.
Nah, we can't. I would just go with. I would freaking probably just rather go with Jordan over him, like not knowing what's gonna happen with.
Oh yeah, no, clearly, yeah, no. Jordan is by far the better play, but Pacheco's 4,800. I just thought it was worth throwing out there. But yeah, I think Jordan, if Woody and Chubb are out, Jordan at 5K is an absolute must here. So you could throw him in there and say like, hey, if Woody's active, we're gonna pivot to Pitts, or
we could go. I mean, we could go Aaron Jones in pivot, right?
Oh yeah.
Because Godwin now. Yeah, I think it would have to be Aaron Jones. Unless we could if we saved 100 on defense, we could go to Michael Carter, but then we don't truly know what's going on with that backfield either. So I guess it's not really that.
Yeah. I'd say it's pretty likely that Knight's gonna miss. We're still awaiting the MRI results. But again, there's so many guys that we're just uncertain of that. Yeah, Aaron Jones is clearly we kind of know his role, and
let's just go with him.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense. Go Jones and pivot to Jordan if guys are out, or you can pivot up to Carter and just save like on the defense, save like 100 or two, because there's like the Bills, the Saints, and then even the Chiefs at 3,300. So like those are all options.
Easy to do that. And then Kyle Pitts, if Drake London is out, Kyle Pitts is an option. But I'm with you. If Woody and Chubb are both out, I mean Jordan could be pushing RB1 value, and he's 5K. I think he'd be the clear play here.
Yeah, no, definitely. 5K, absolutely, because it like Vegas probably still good. They'll be 2 touchdown favorites, and they just need somebody to take carries as they prepare for the playoffs. Yeah,
and he looked better than both Woody, Marks, and Nick Chubb. Like,
it's the Cardinals defense, high. But
well, it's not that high of a bar to clear, right?
No,
Woody hasn't looked good at all. He's just been getting volume, but Jordan looked good. So
yeah,
that definitely helps.
All right, that's our lineup. So we got Jacoby Brissett at quarterback 5,300, Javonte Williams 6,400, along with James Cook 7,700 at running back, Aaron Jones in the flex at 5,200, also a running back. Amon-Ra St. Brown at wide receiver at 8,400. DK Metcalf at 5,400 in that same matchup. And then AD Mitchell at 4,500 for the Jets. Darren Waller, tight end against the Bengals at 3,500. And then the Bills going against the Browns at 3,500. Defense, if you want to pivot, you can go up to Carter, save a couple hundred on defense with the Saints or the Chiefs, or just go with Jordan if the Marks and Chubb are out. He's only 5K. So a lot of options there. Carter as well. But let's go to FanDuel, and you can start us off.
Yeah, so this one, FanDuel just made this easier for us. Brissett's $100 more expensive than Dart. So I'm going to go Dart here. I think Stroud is in play at 7,200. But again, they're 14-point favorites. If they get like a pick six early on and a rushing score, his floor is going to be a bit lower. But I still think Stroud's a high floor play this week. But Dart at 7,400 against the Vikings, I think is the way to go here.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, because Stroud, doesn't have the same kind of rushing upside.
Yep.
And you might want Jordan in the lineup
right
at some point. All right, on FanDuel, I'm going to go with the Saints defense because they're only 3,500. So like they're significantly cheaper than like the Texans, the Bills, the Chiefs, who are 48, 49, and 5K. So Saints at 3,500 is in a whole different pricing tier. So I want them here. So we'll go with them. So that gives us a little over 7K per player.
Nice. All right. Yeah, Saints are just a clear play on FanDuel. Pricing other positions looks pretty good. I feel like, although it does seem like Wandale is always way too cheap here. Yeah. And
we got Dart,
Wandale,
though.
Huh?
We do have Dart.
We did that last week, right?
And yeah.
Wandale, 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. So I would take that again here. So I'm going to go Wandale. He's 6K. He's the same price as he's in the same price range as like Darnell Mooney, for crying out loud. So,
oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So let's go with the little Dart Wandale stack here.
All right. What's Waller here? Let's see. Where's he at?
More expensive. Yeah, he's 5,500. So he's up there.
It's still cheap compared to some of the other tight ends, but yeah. ETN is cheaper here.
Oh, is he?
So is Chase Brown. Yeah, I'll go with ETN at 7,400. I think that's a pretty, especially if Tootin's going to be out. ETN, because Jacobs he was fine against them last week too. It's not super prohibitive. All right, yeah. So ETN 7,400. That gives us 6,950 for running back, two wide receivers, tight end, flex.
Yeah, I'm looking at tight end. I think Waller and Fannin are clearly in play here, but Pitts is just $100 more expensive than Fannin. I think it's close between them, but again, I'm projecting Drake London to be back in 100%. So my projection for Pitts could go up even more. So yeah, I'm going to go with Pitts here. Now, if London returns, maybe, it's more of a toss-up between like Pitts, Fannin, and Waller. But just based on the fact that London might not even return this week, it's kind of hard to ignore Pitts here at 6K. So let's lock him in at 6K, which gives us just over like 7,400 per player now.
All right. So we want a wide receiver. Evans is priced way up at 8,200. I like Metcalf. Let's go Metcalf again, 7,400. I like that price. Detroit has just been so bad against wide receivers.
Yeah, much more of a FanDuel play anyway.
Yeah, but he's just way too cheap on DraftKings, so we had to go with him there. But yeah, even at 7,400, I think that's closer to his true price. And then do we think Harrison's coming back? Because
no clue.
Michael Wilson is 7,200. That would be smash as well.
Yeah, he's no brainer. If Marv is out again, he's a no brainer. But I don't know. I think Marv sounded like he's been close Not sure they need to like rush him back or anything, obviously, but yeah, they said is he's expected to play again this year. So that could be, week 16, week 17.
Yeah.
If there's like some incentive, that he's playing for, maybe that'll come into play. But yeah, no clue. But yeah, Michael Wilson has just been unbelievable stepping up without him. So yeah, he would obviously be in play if he's out again. So we're still, right around 7,400. So I mentioned Pacheco. That was the wrong running back to bring up from that game. Thoughts on Tony Pollard, who's like low key having like a really good stretch here. And this is a matchup against the Chiefs where the Titans could be in a rare, like neutral to positive game script and kind of lean on the run more. Pollard's 5,900. Is he even possible to trust in cash at that cheap price?
I think he probably is. Do we need it is even the question, though, because we got
the question.
At 74, we got running back, wide receiver, flex. So if we go Pollard, we'd essentially be paying up twice. So it's basically how do we want to do it? I think he's fine. I think I want to give you a little bit of spending money and then kind of like, because when it comes to the flex, I think we will be going running back, like that 7K range at running back. You kind of mentioned like Chase Brown. Yep. Those guys are kind of like where I'm thinking. So like we can go there for the flex and then wide receiver. 8.2K is not bad. You could even spend up at, let's see. Yeah, like Chase is, I'll let you decide, but you could spend up at either, running back or wide receiver now. Yeah, because we got 8,200. So, I mean, it's almost like both. Let's see.
Oh my! I just noticed JMO is 6,700. I know he's not a cash game guy, but at 6,700, are you willing to like take him in certain like cash lineups?
I mean, it's a wide receiver 3. I don't mind it. That would give us
it's at
9,700.
Oh
yeah, we could do that. Well, but then we could go JMO and Bijan. Or
oh my god!
But then we'd have Pitt. So we probably wouldn't.
Well, we could.
Oh, Chase.
And
Chase.
There's so many different options, but I was gonna say if you wanted to go Bijan, we could pivot from like Pitts to Fannin Jr. or Waller. Like there's options there. But what about Chase? What's the
Oh no, so we'd also just go Chase, but then we'd have a wide receiver in the flex, which is probably rather a running back. So. Yeah, if we go Bijan and JMO, we'd have, and then Pitt down to Waller, we would have another 600.
But you could like where do you compare like Fannin to Waller? Waller's probably the higher ceiling, Fannin the higher floor.
Yeah, so we could just go down to Fannin actually. Let's see, that would be so then it would just be 100. So then we'd have Dart, Pollard, ETN, Wandale, Metcalf, JMO, Fannin, Bijan, and the Saints D. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that works out. But that's what I was saying is like JMO's obviously a wide range of outcomes, but they're really just kind of running through him, Amon-Ra, and Gibbs, right? So
I think the tight end is like every week is a new rando.
Well, Shane
like
Zylstra.
Yeah. He had 3 touchdowns in a game once.
That's my point. But yeah, like when Laporta's there, I think it's much tougher to trust JMO. Plus, they're at home. I think that helps, obviously. But yeah, I think this is a rare time where you're typically right, where he's just not a guy you can trust in cash. But just at 6,700, I think that's where I draw the line, and I think he's probably worth it this week.
All right, so we got Dart at 7,400, ETN at 7,400, Pollard 5,900 at running back with Bijan in the flex 9,600, and then Wandale at wide receiver at 6K, DK at 74 against the Lions, and JMO at 67 against Pittsburgh, Fannin Jr. at tight end at 5,900, the Saints D, and Bijan was in the flex. So that you could still technically afford Pitts if you wanted to. You would just have to. I mean, you would probably want to pivot off.
Right.
We'd have 200 left over. So you can still have some flexibility depending on what pops up later in the week. But we'll go with this, and that's going to do it for our NFL Week number 16 DFS preview here on the Fantasy Flex Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. We already have the waiver episode out and the player projections episode out for week 16. All of our fantasy projections, DFS tools, and models can be found at fantasylabs.com. Download the app. Use code FLEX20 for $20 off an NFL sub. We'll be back on the Action Network podcast channel for our favorite touchdown scorers of the week with our guy Joe Gallant tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe to that pod as well. Sean is on X at @_oddsmaker. I'm at Chris Raybon. We're at those same handles on the free award-winning Action Network app. Until next time, let's get this money.